Hello everyone, welcome to Gradeup. It's just 5 days. In fact, it is on the exam is on the fifth day, so you have just 4 days remaining for CAT 2020. And this session is going to help you maximize your score in the DILR section. Okay, so this is meant for only those people who have seriously prepared for CAT, because if you're targeting 100 percentile in a section, it means that you are well prepared for that section, right? If you've just started your preparation 1 or 2 months back, and if you think that you will be able to score 100 percentile, that would be unfair for those people who have spent hours and hours in practicing these sections, right? So the ones who started late might be able to get, say, 95, 90, maybe 98 percentile, but the 100 percentilers are the ones who have worked hard for a long duration. So in this session, I'm going to tell you how to inch closer to the 100 percentile, right? So if suppose you are, what is the difference between 100 percentile, 99 percentile, right? Some people think that, okay, they got 99 percentile, they feel very great, right? But is the 100 percentile score, how much difference is there between the 100 percentile and the 99 percentile score? So all these things will be checking in this session. Okay. So good evening all, once again, welcome to the session. So if you are preparing for CAT, Gradeup is coming up with revision classes. So please do watch us at 5:30 p.m., 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on our YouTube channel. Now, on 29th of November, we have the examination. So don't forget to tune into our channel at 10:45 a.m. So as soon as the exam gets over at 10:30, we'll be live with the exam analysis at 10:45. Second shift will analyze at 2:45. So just again 15 minutes post the second session, and the third slot at 6:45 p.m. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel, and we'll be the first ones to come up with the analysis on that day, so that you get to know about the different slots, how was the difficulty level, what could be the predicted percentile score versus percentile mark. All right, so let's begin with this session. Let's first let me tell you what is 99, 99.9 and 100 percentiles. And I'm sure those who are above 99 percentiles, who would possibly be these people, would be knowing that, because a layman does not understand the difference between 99, 99.9 and 100 percentile. So let me clarify the things. So 100 percentile, actually there is no concept of 100 percentile, right? The 100 percentile, the perfect score does not exist, because what is percentile? Percentile means the number of people who are behind you. So it cannot be 100%, right? So let's say there are let's say 1 lakh aspirants, okay, and you get rank 1. So you are ahead of 99,999. So you are in the top 0.0001 percentile, but still not the 100. Okay. So what 100 percentile technically means is, I'll explain the concept of 100 percentile, how they calculate it. So around 2 lakh people appear for the examination every year. Okay. So if you talk about 1%, 1% would be 2,000. Okay. 0.1% would be 200, and 0.01% would be 20 people. So they select 20 people as 100 percentilers in the overall examination. Okay. And when we talk about sectional thing, what they do is, the 20 people, they have the top 10 in a section, they are given 99.995 percentile. Okay. So that is round off to 100 percentile, and the next 10 get 99.99 percentile. Okay. So even if someone gets a 99.99, that is also technically 100 only. I mean, there is not much difference between 99.99 and 100 percentile. So basically, if you are in the top 20, okay, so that is 99.99, or top 10 would make you 900 percentile, right? So in for 100 percentile, you need to be in the top 10, top 10 among 2 lakh aspirants. So it will depend, it varies, but if it is, let's say, 1.8 lakh, so it would be top 9. So not much of a difference. Then 99.9, as I said, it is top 0.1 percentile, which is top 200. Okay, and 99 percentile is just top 2000. So technically, if you see that a 99.9 percentiler is 10 times better than a 99 percentiler, and a 99.99 percentiler, which is top 20, is 10 times better than the 99.9 percentiler. So there is a huge difference between these terms. So if someone says that okay, इसकी 99 आई, मेरी इसकी 99.9 आई, ज़्यादा difference नहीं. No, there's a huge difference between 99.9 and 99 percentile, and same goes with the 99.9 and 99.99 percentile. So 99.99 is almost 100, okay, which is just those who are just unlucky by 1 or 2 marks, they missed the 100 percentile. Those are the ones, and 99.9 are really good, and 99 are way behind, right? So they are still in the top 1%, but see, you have 2000 people and among 200, so it reduces by the factor of 10, right? So that is what is meant by 99, 99.9 and 99.99 or 100. Okay. Now let's look this, justify this with the last year's score. Okay, so last year's score, if you see the 99.99 percentile, so 100 percentiler must have secured 84 marks, okay, or close to that. So that was at 83. 99.9, that was I should say that top 20, top 200 and top 2000. So 99 percentile was at 52. But if someone had to go to 99.99 percentile, he or she would have to get 16 marks extra, which is good number of questions. That are 5 questions, at least 5 questions more. Okay, and the one who got 99.9 percentile, in order to reach almost 100, he should have got 5 more correct. So basically, between 99 and 99.99 or 100 percentile, there was a gap of around 32 marks, right? If you consider 84 as the 100 percentile, 32 marks. So 10 more questions, right? So there is a huge difference between 99 and 99.99. So the scores, if you see, like you will have, like if you see the curve, there are very few people who get up to that mark. Okay, so in order to get a 99.99 or 99.9, even 99.9 plus, it's a very, very difficult thing. Right, you have to do really well in that section. Okay, so if someone says I got 99 and some other person says I got 99.9, so you know that the 99.9 guy is much better than the person who got 99.9 percentile. Okay, in a section or overall also. Okay, so overall also, if you say that a person getting 99 percentile, you would get it 150, somewhere around 150s, and 99.9 you will get at 200. So a difference of 50 marks. Okay, around 40-50 marks. So a huge difference between 99.9 and 99 percentile. Now, if you look at the lower percentiles, if you want to clear the sectional cutoffs, so if you see that most of the IIMs have sectional cutoffs at 85. Okay, unless if they specify, but most of them have 80 or 85 percentile, which was just 28 marks. That meant that if you did around 10 questions correct, you would have sailed through. But if you see that you just clear the cutoff in one section, your score is quite low, isn't it? So if you have to reach to some decent score, overall score, if you have to raise, you need to do very good in 2 of the sections. Okay, if you get, let's say, like you get 99.9 percentile in one of the sections, your overall score will also boost up, right? You get a difference of, let's say if someone gets 99 percentile and you get 99.9, there's a huge difference, 15-16 good marks. That's a great jump. Okay. All right. So now let us see like what it takes to get to that level. Of course, the preparation part, right? You must have prepared well. The ones who have been scoring consistently good in mocks are the ones who have high probability, and of course they should be doing good in the examination. So that is one thing. Now I'll give you some tips which will make the difference, right? So I'll tell you what happens during the examination, and is there a luck factor and smartness factor, both also come into play. Okay. Now the thing is, see, all the ones who are sincerely, who are sincere, those who are intelligent. Okay, so there is, of course, one is that they are gifted people. Of course, you have to accept that, right? And the ones uh, who have worked hard, right? So they are a combination of both the things. They are they are like they would achieve, like they will be able to score above 60. Okay, considering last year's paper, they should be able to score above 60. But what it takes to reach from 60 to 80, that's what I'm going to explain in this session, right? People, like those who are really good, they get good percentile, 99.5 percentile in per section, 99.6. But what it takes from 99.5 to 100 percentile, that's the great jump that you need, right? So at 99 point, at 60 marks, you would be above 99.5. But from 99 to 0.5, the percentile wise, it looks small, right? Yes, so the percentile wise it does not look a great jump, but score wise, it's a great jump. Okay, so let's see what it takes to, what should be done in order to take that great leap. Okay, so let's associate the number 100 with a person. Like what comes to your mind when you see the number 100? Any person or anything which comes to your mind when you hear the number 100? Okay, so maybe you might associate 100 with different people. Okay, so I associate 100 with this guy. Okay, the man with 100 centuries. Okay, so he was I mean, as a child, I was his big fan. Okay, so I mean, the 100 meant this person to me. Okay, so let's see. I have made an analogy to explain how to reach that 100 percentile mark. Okay, using his example. So first thing is, every section is new. Okay, so you have to be an opener with like whenever you start a new section, right? So it's a new opening, right? So if whatever you have done in the verbal ability section, you have to forget that. If you screwed that, no problem. Okay, so let's see, like if let's say like it happens in matches also, right? So I'm giving an analogy. It happens in a match also. Suppose you lose a match, so you go with a fresh mindset in the next match. You don't worry about the first match, right? What has happened has happened. So similarly, the thing is that if say your verbal ability section did not go well, so don't worry that it is I did not do well in the section. Each section is new, right? So go with a positive mindset, and that's how you should open the section. Okay, you need to get to a flying start. Okay, so you have power play in cricket, so you can consider the first 10-15 minutes. Now you just have 40 minutes. Earlier you had 60 minutes, so you can like take 20 minutes to get charged up. Okay, so consider the first 10-15 minutes to be a flyer, right? So you have to start like anything. Okay, because if you are stuck in the first few minutes itself, that will build pressure in you. So psychological pressure is there, right? So you need to start like quite fast. Okay, I mean, so for that you must have analyzed your strengths and weaknesses. You know that which topic you are good at. Okay, you know, okay, I know that if it is a calculation based DI, I'll be able to do it. Okay, if it's a set theory, if it's a Venn diagram, I'm very good at Venn diagram. So you know that that which are the topics that you are good at. So you need to start with that, and you have to start very fast. Okay, and then the main problem that comes in the examination, not only the DILR section, but every section is you get stuck in some questions. Okay, so the thing is, you need to evade those questions. If you find some set difficult, if you find it beyond comprehension, like if you are unable to, I mean, at least give some time. It's not that you just see and just, I mean, move away. Spend some time, maybe 1 minute to read it and understand it. So if you feel that it is going to be a speed breaker, just leave that. Okay. On the other hand, if you get some easy ones, right, you know that it's an observation based, like pick last year's paper. There were sets that could have been done in 4 or 5 minutes. If you look at slot 2, there was a set on that rainfall thing. What does it require, man? Anyone can read that and tell that, okay, these are high rainfall regions, these are low rainfall regions. Anyone could have solved that set. Okay, so there will be sets which will be very easy ones. Okay, now I'll tell you how to select. So one thing is which I've probably not written here is you need to see all the sets. The problem with people is they are unable to see the sets, right? When it used to be a 8 set, so don't worry, 8 sets, 6 sets, whatever be the number, make sure that you are able to reach each of the sets. Okay, and reach in the sense how, I'll tell you. So if you look at the panel, this panel, question panel on the right hand side of your screen, you have panel like this, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this is your set number 1. By default, you are on the first question, isn't it? So instead of pressing next here, don't press next, click here, click here, click here. So this way you will be able to see all, if there are 6 sets, whatever be the number of sets, okay. So you will be able to see what are the things that have come in the examination. Okay, so that is the most important thing that people lack. That's what people lack in the examination. They just start from the first set, and if they spend a lot of questions, right? So they lose time on that, right? All question paper view, but does that give you all the graphs and all those? It does. It just gives you the questions, right? It does not give you the common instruction, isn't it? It just gives you the eventual questions. It will not give you the common data. Okay, so question paper view will give you the questions, the 1 line questions. It will not give you this portion, right? You will not know what is there in that. Okay. So just spend 2 minutes. Maybe it won't take more than 2 minutes to see what all sets have come, and then decide which ones you have to attend, right? So you will at least get an idea that if there are let's say 6 sets, okay, and you know that, okay, these 3 are the ones that I'm going to pick. Okay, that I know. Let's say there's a question on games and tournaments. There is an LR set on seating arrangement. Okay, and there is one set on let's say some kind of data interpretation or a Venn diagram. So you know that these are my strengths and I'm good at that. So I'll pick those sets. So you know that, okay, after first set I have to do the 4th set, and then I have to do the 7th set. At least try them, okay, and then go to the others. So you know that, okay, it should not be that you miss the last set because you could not reach that part of the paper. Okay, so spend 2 minutes in just viewing the questions, and I'm sure that if you have potential and if you have practiced well, right? See, as I told you, there are 2 things that help you. One is your potential, right? So people are gifted, they are quick at calculation, they are good at solving logical puzzles. That is the gift they have. But there is hard work as well, right? It's not that you were just intelligent and you did not put any hard work, you will succeed. No, that's not the case. They have put hard work as well. So it's a combination of both. And you know that DILR section is known for surprises, right? Every year they come up with some random kind of set, okay, which has never appeared before or had appeared long way back. For example, in 2019, they asked a set on crypt arithmetic, which used to come some decades back, like 15, 17 years back. Okay, so they will throw surprises, that is for sure. And if you are smart enough, believe me that you will be able to tackle those surprises. Okay, so every year some new sites of kind of sets come up in the examination, and the smart guys are able to crack them then and there. Okay, so don't worry about that. But the thing is, which you know, what is known to you, you should start with those sets first. Okay. Now the thing is, like, if you are targeting 100, so never target any score, right? If you are targeting 100, And even if you get 99.9 plus, as I told you that 99.9 plus is also not a bad score, because it is a matter of luck also. As I said that maybe one or two questions you thought that you would be able to do it faster. See, as I said, like once you look at the sets, you get an idea that these are my strengths. But what if the questions are difficult from those topics? So that no one knows, right? That part, even a very good person like the ones who are a CAT veterans, they appear every year. That's the factor which determines that you do not know which is the correct set. Maybe you thought that initially you thought the set would be easy, you started attempting it and you got stuck. So there are some possibilities, but if you make some intelligent things in the beginning, like looking at all the sets and deciding, then you could reduce those randomness. But still, 99.9 plus is also a great score. Okay, so I hope you know this person, who this person is. Does anyone know in this person who this person is? Famous for some number which is 99.9 plus. Okay, so Ishan says 24 questions. So see, you should never ever target any percentile, right? So the thing is that right, you do not know your accuracy, right? The people who talk about like accuracy, this is my accuracy 80%, 90%. No one knows accuracy. Okay, so in the examination, don't say that I attempted 20 questions with 80% accuracy, right? So you should always wait for the key and tell that. Some people come out of the examination hall, they say I attempted 25 questions with 80% accuracy, right? That's a very foolish thing, right? If you knew that your accuracy is 80%, why did you do the 20% incorrect, right? So that's a foolish thing. Accuracy and all that will come, that you will get to know once your answer keys are revealed, right? So that time you need to maximize your score, and then just obviously don't go for random guesses. Okay. Okay, so yes, you guessed it correctly. It is Sir Donald Bradman. He had an average of 99.94. So he did not have a perfect 100, but still he is considered as a great, he is the greatest, he is the Don. Okay, so so that's it. Like if you are unable to get 100, that is not a problem, right? Okay, so just to motivate you, in 2016 when I took the examination, I had the 100 percentile in DILR, so I had got 83 out of 96. Okay, so 83 out of 96, that is net 28 questions, around 28 questions. I did around 27, 28 questions, got all of them correct. Okay, I attempted all 8 sets that year. Okay, and I got the 100 percentile, right? And you can see that 2019 was also similar. So in 2019 I did 26 questions. Okay, I made mistake in one of the questions and I got 71.4. It was that normalization thing, so I got 71.4 out of 96, and the sectional was 99.95. Okay, but I was happy that yes, it was still a great score, right? So the scores will keep varying, right? So you do not get the same score every time. Like in 2018, I got 99.7. I couldn't even reach 99.9. Okay, so there will be some variations, right? So it is not necessary that you will get exactly the perfect score every time. So it's as I said that 100 is luck, but 99.5 plus, at least if not 99.9, 99.95 plus is your hard work and practice. I mean, of course your ability plus your efforts. So if you have practiced well, okay, you should be able to do good in the examination. Okay, and these are the things that you need to keep in mind, that you need not spend too much time on one particular question, right? Don't get stuck to one question, don't fall in love with one question, and if you find something challenging, don't take it to your ego, right? So it's always advisable to, and not only DILR section, any section for that case, even in quant, don't think that this question is challenging, let me attempt it. That's a foolish thing, right? You can attempt that question later because question paper will be available to you, right? The thing is, you have to attempt the easy question. Always find easy questions only. Don't ever try difficult questions in the examination, because ultimately it's your score, right? No one is going to rate you on which difficult questions did you attempt, and there is no differential marking, right? So, each question carries equal marks, isn't it? Or is it that they say that okay, if you attempt difficult question, we will give you extra marks? That's not the case, right? So the thing is that you need to pick the easy questions, be it any section, DILR, Quant, English, pick the easy questions. So the first thing is just skip all the questions that are difficult. Okay, and if you are well prepared, I'm very confident that you will find those easy questions in the paper, right? It's not that if the ones who lack preparation, okay, if every question appears in moderate category to difficult, so again in that case also you will have to pick the less difficult ones, right? So see, the thing is, like, if you encounter a question, it's an easy, moderate, or difficult. Okay, if it's a difficult question, then completely ignore that. Okay, if it's an easy or moderate, go for it. Okay, and make sure that you view maximum questions in the paper. The reason is, many times easy questions are towards the end. Okay, like I've taken multiple times and I've seen that the last few questions have been one or two, except one or two appearances. I've seen that in all other cases, the last few questions have been very easy ones. Okay, so that does not mean that you should start from the end of the paper, but you should be able to browse through the paper. So do not spend too much time in any of the questions. Do not get stuck. If DILR, let's say, we do not know the number of sets and all. Just a rough estimation. If let's say there are 6 sets, okay, suppose if there are 6 sets and of 4 questions each, or maybe like let's say there are 20 or 25 questions. You do not know the number, just an assumption. If there are 6 sets, and you know that, like, let me tell you that 5 sets will give you very close to 100 percentile, right? No one will be able to do all 6 sets. DILR is one section where no one is able to score full marks, right? Very, very rare, very extra rare thing. In quant, one can score because people know a lot of shortcuts, and the ones who practice hundreds of questions, they exactly know the values, and I mean, it is possible. English also very difficult, because even the people who are very good in English, they also make some goof ups, and they think in a different direction. Okay, they overthink and get the questions incorrect. But in DILR also, I say that it is very unlikely to get a perfect score, because you have to read a lot, okay, and then solve it. And so if there are 6 sets, 5 sets would give you very close to 100. Around 3 sets will give you 3 plus will give you 99 percentile. So and that should be of moderate level. Okay, so that will always depend on the difficulty level. So that's it. Pick the easy questions first. So if you have practiced seriously, right? If you have practiced seriously, I'm sure you know what topics you are good at, what you are not good at, right? So for example, I know I'm not good at permutation combination, right? If some moderate level question comes, I'll be able to tackle it. But if they give some random question permutation combination, I won't be able to apply that level of like calculations to get those questions, right? Like if like I cannot say that I'm very good at permutation combination. But on the other hand, if someone gives me any question in arithmetic or geometry, I'll be able to tackle it fast. So I know that these are my sections. Any questions comes in arithmetic, even if it is very difficult, I'll be able to crack it. In geometry, anything comes, I'll be able to crack it. Permutation combination, number system, if they give some normal type questions, I'll be able to do it. But if they give some out of the box question where you need some extra thinking, I get stuck. So for each one of you, you must be knowing your strengths and weaknesses, right? So apply that thing in the examination. You know that, okay, Venn diagram based questions, I know the concepts very well. You have done a lot of sets, so you will be able to do it. Truth and lie, suppose there is a set on truth and lie. So I know this concept very well, truth and lie. I'm good at solving grid puzzles. Okay, so all those things, if you know, you will be able to do well. Okay, so one more tip which I would like to tell, some interesting thing. So previously CAD used to give you they used to give you a stationery. This year they are not giving stationery. They have asked you to bring two pens with you, right? So just take two different colors. Okay, pen one. Okay, and second pen take of a different color. Why I'm telling this is, what will happen is when you appear for that the DILR sets, okay, you get two cases. No, that is, you get two cases, right? And if you use different pens, okay, that would be easy to, like, sometimes it happens, right? You get confused which one case was which, right? But if you use two different cases, if they have allowed two pens, take two pens of different colors. Okay, that is definitely going to help you. Okay, so I mean that's some cool hack for this year. Let's try this. Okay, so try this. Maybe this might help. I'm not saying that because of two different pens you will be able to score very high. Not the case. But yes, it will be able to. You will be able to demarcate between two different cases easily, right? That also helps. Small things matter in the examination. Okay, so immediately after reading VARC, how to switch back to DLR with calm. Okay, the thing is VARC. Yes, you have to read a lot. Okay, so I would say that, like if you feel that you have read a lot. Okay, so start with some DI set. Okay, start with some DI set, because in DI set you might not be able to, might not have to read a lot. You will have to do some, I mean, the calculation, some graph based set. Like if you feel that reading continuously hampers you, or if you do not feel that motivation that you cannot read continuously, so that would be a thing, that start with some set, because there will be at least one set which will not require a lot of reading, right? So start with that set, and then go to the logical reasoning sets which have uh, text intensive things. Okay, and one more thing about DILR, which I would say is, especially the questions on Venn diagram. Okay, in DI, if I talk about Venn diagram questions, and or LR sets like arrangement or any other thing. Okay, start with direct data. Okay, read statements that have direct data. So this is the first thing that you need to do. So suppose there is a set on seating arrangement. Okay, I'm giving you an example. What is direct data? Suppose there are set on seating arrangement with 8 points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now people read the sentences sequentially, isn't it? They read it sequentially. They read first sentence. Okay, I'm able to fill this. I'm able to fill this. Even in your this thing, your uh, Venn diagram based questions, you read sequentially, right? So start with that sentence which has direct data. Let's say if a sentence says that D is third to right of A. Okay, just giving an example of second. What is direct and what is not. And there is a sentence that there are two people between C and E. So which is the direct one? So if there is a seating arrangement set, be it circular, linear. Which one is the direct one? The first one, isn't it? D is third to the right of A. So if it is A, then D will be here. But in this sentence, it says that there are two persons between C and E. You get two cases, C, E or E, C. Right? So first start with this sentence. Maybe you eliminate some of the possibilities and then fill it. Right? Similarly, in quant, let's say if you have Venn diagram set, so like it says that, or some questions like this, that people who like two items is 15 more than something else. right? Who like one item. Okay, something like this. And there is a sentence which says that seven people like both X and Y. So there are, let's say, three items X, Y, and Z. So pick this sentence because it directly says that seven people like both X and Y. Okay. In this case, you will not be able to get two items. People who like two items is 15 more than who like just one item. We do not know how many people like one item, or we do not know how many people like two items, right? So that is relative data. So I mean, I'm sure that if you read, like you do not have to go through each in sentence in detail, but if you look at the statements at the screen, you should be able to figure out this one is direct data, which directly gives me something which is beneficial, and the one which is giving relative data, that this is this much more, or this is this. So let's say it says that they are in the ratio 2:3, right? And the other gives you the value of some other number. So put that value statement first, right? So whenever you have to fill the table or you make the Venn diagram or whenever, whatever thing you are making, that will help you in filling it fast, right? That is, these are some of the hacks that you should apply. Because see, when it comes to reading all those sentences, you start from sentence 1, 2, 3, 4, then you go back to 1, 2, 3, 4 again to match that. Okay, you read this first and now you are reading it again. So it's better to start with those direct statements and then knock off that yes, I have filled condition number 5, I have filled condition number 8. So that way if you proceed, definitely that is going to help you. Okay. All right, so these were some of the tips. I mean, how to tackle this section. What are the things that you need to keep in mind? Make sure that you are able to go through all the questions. Start with direct data. Start with your comfort zone. Start fast. Okay. I mean, you need to be very quick in the beginning and then continue the momentum. Okay, so that's it for from my side. I gave you some tips, so I hope those things work for you. And I'm sure that if you've worked hard honestly, right? So you need to be sincere as well. You cannot expect that like if you have not worked hard, you'll be able to do it. Okay, maximize attempts. Okay, one more thing, which last point, which I would say is that target questions, not sets. Okay, one important, very important thing. Why I'm saying is that, let's say there is a set with two questions easy and two questions difficult. Just do those two questions. I mean, skip the set. Because probably the time you spend in solving those two questions, maybe you will be able to solve three questions of another set, right? Or maybe an entire set itself. So the thing is to target the questions, not the sets. I'll give you an example of last year. I'm sure you must have gone through the paper of first lot. There was one question on crypt arithmetic, right? Those ABCD letters and numbers. Two of the questions were very straightforward, right? A value of A, value of B. Very straightforward. It will not take more than 1 minute for even a common person to answer those questions. And the rest two questions, they would take at least 7-8 minutes, right? I took around 8-9 minutes to solve the entire set. Okay, maybe a quick person might have done in 5 or 6 minutes, but that time it would take at least, right? In the examination hall, it would take even more because you are under pressure also. So is it advisable to spend time on those two questions? Just skip those two questions, move to the next set, right? So there will be pitfalls in every set. There will be three questions which will be easy, one will be difficult. Skip that question, right? So it's all about CAT is about the evading those speed breakers. So they deliberately put difficult questions. They will put one question in a set which will be the most challenging one. So it's advisable to skip such questions, right? If out of 4 you get 2 or 3 which are easy to moderate, attempt those, leave that fourth question, right? Does that matter? Maybe you will be able to save time and solve more questions, more sets you will be able to reach. So that is one more thing that you need to keep in mind. Okay, so it is not necessary that if you have like suppose you saw an LR set, you saw okay, I am able to do this. So you spend some time. So do not try to attempt all questions, right? Maybe that might be a trap. Okay, so you just have to evade those traps. That's all about cracking this examination. Okay. All right, so enough gyan given to you. So the things like you already know the subject matter, and some tips also I gave, the last moment tips and all. So just give your best, okay? And I'm sure that you will be doing great in the examination. So join us on 29th of November at 10:45 a.m. I'll be writing the test in the first shift itself. Okay, first slot I'll be the first slot one, so I'll be giving, I won't be taking that session. Okay, it will be Vijay sir who will be taking that session, but I'll give my inputs. So we have faculty members writing in all the three slots, so don't worry, you'll get genuine feedback about all the slots. Okay, so at 10:45 a.m. You'll be able to watch us live, and we'll be giving the feedback of the examination. Okay, so that's it for this session. All the best. And one thing I would like to say, that on last day, just keep it for relaxation. Go and watch some movie. Okay, or do some leisure activity. Okay, I mean, just relax on that day. Do not study anything, because that is not going to impact you. And do prepare all the formulas, right? So just go through all the formulae of quant 2 days before the examination, or even on that day. It would hardly take you 1 hour to go through it, or on the last day maybe. Okay, because that helps. That also helps. I've seen it. I'll tell from my personal experience. In 2018, I went to the examination, and I mean, that year I had not. I mean, I don't prepare now. That I had prepared in the first attempt. So that year I did not do this thing, and when I went to the examination, I could not remember some properties of logarithm, because I was just out of touch. So I was not able to do two three questions, and had I done those two three questions, I scored 99.6 in quant. I would have got 99.8 plus, or probably 99.9. Okay, so I tried applying some things, and I was stuck in those. Okay, and on the other hand, last year I did this thing, that I just saw the formulae, the theorems, and also there was one question on geometry. I had just read that theorem in the morning, so I knew that okay, uh, this is the thing, right? So if you have examined the evening slot, so don't get, do see the exam analysis. You will get an idea that how the sets are coming, but do not go by that mindset that first two slots have been easy, mine will be also easy, or the other way around, the first two slots have been difficult, mine will be easy. Don't go with that mindset. Your slot will be different, and it is going to be different, and they will adjust the scores across slots. Okay, so that's it for this session. I hope I was able to clarify your queries and give you some valuable tips for the examination. So all the best. Do come out with flying colors. Okay, and meet us on 29th, where we'll analyze the examination and tell you about the future course of action. So thank you. Have a great day. Good night.